Alright, there YouTube, it's me, Random Ross. So, with Shazam Fury of the Gods out, that makes 12 installments in the DCEU. So I'm going to, well, rank them all. I'm going to be ranking the movies, okay? So, like, Peacemaker series won't count because it's like the only show so far that's in that universe. Oh, and an honourable mention to the theatrical cut of Justice League, because for me, I don't consider that one canon now. I know it's meant to be canon in the DCEU, but me, I just don't consider it canon given the greatness of Zack Snyder's Justice League. Okay, so it's all my personal opinion. None of you have to agree with it, so let's get started. So coming in at number 12, it is Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice. This one was okay. I like that we got to see Batman and Superman cross paths in live action. I liked the Batman suit as well from Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck was okay as Bruce Wayne and alright as Batman, I guess. It was alright. One thing they got right though was, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, and I loved to see what she could do in this and what she had to bring in this extended universe. Henry Cavill was brilliant as Superman as well, but then there was the whole moment where they had that mutual understanding where both their mothers were called Martha, and then all of a sudden Batman was like, "Want to be friends?" Yeah, a lot of people are never forgiven the movie for that, but looking at it now, I do think it's a bit shallow. It's got some good action in there and that, and a good dark atmosphere. But Lex Luthor, what the hell were they thinking casting Jesse Eisenberg as Luthor? I thought Mark Strong would have been a better candidate for this. It's just, why make him a rich millennial dick? That was another thing that was wrong with this film. But one thing they did get right was Wonder Woman and Batman and Superman's fighting to the point where they both found out their mothers are called Martha. And Jeremy Irons as Alfred was good. But, I kind of do see now how it was a bit of a dull film. So coming in at number 11 is Suicide Squad, the 2016 one. This one was okay, but it was a mess. I mean, the Joker had his screen time cut, and Jared Leto wasn't happy about that. Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, they got her spot on, and I loved her in that. I liked Killer Croc as well. Will Smith as Deadshot, kind of took it a bit hard to take him as a villain. It was all right, but yeah, it was a bit of a mess, and I can kind of see why it flopped. But James Gunn soon sorted that out and made it his take on it. But yeah, so many of the other movies in this list have took its spot since then as a good one. So, top 10 now, and at number 10 is Man of Steel. Yes, where it all began, Superman. I thought this was okay. I thought it had some good action sequences, particularly at the finale, but a huge chunk of this film is slow and boring. It had a good opening with Krypton and that and stuff, but we never really see Henry Cavill become Superman until like halfway in, and even then he's not referred to as Superman. This, I just feel, was slow and boring, and then when they got to the good stuff, it was just all crammed in there. But, Henry Cavill as Superman, brilliant. It's a shame they're not bringing him back, and that mid-credit scene in Black Adam didn't lead to anything. But yeah, Man of Steel, but still was more watchable than Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad. So next, number 9 is Birds of Prey. Yeah, I guess Suicide Squad being not that great, but them getting Harley Quinn right, I enjoyed this one. It was a bit girly and a bit feminine, but I didn't care. I thought it was great. It had an R rating, and you know, Margot Robbie just sold it. And Ewan McGregor as the villain, Dark Mask. It was a good one. I enjoyed watching it. And the last one before whole COVID hit us like a ton of bricks, but still, I enjoyed Birds of Prey. So number 9 is no, sorry, number 8. It is Shazam! Fury of the Gods, the most recent installment in the DCEU. I did enjoy this one. I enjoyed the action, I enjoyed the fun, I enjoyed the comedy, I enjoyed the Greek mythology aspect of it, but I didn't quite capture the magic of the first movie to me, but still, was an enjoyable sequel. Zachary Levi, great in it, giving us comic relief and that, because he's, a teenager in a grown-up body. But, yeah, it was fast-paced and clocked in around 2 hours 10 minutes, so not too long. I felt it worked the length of time it did. So yeah, I wonder where they'll go with that next. Number 7 is Black Adam. Yes, this of course was a passion project for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and it was a spin-off. I felt it was a spin-off of Shazam, given that Black Adam triggers his powers by doing the same thing, saying Shazam, and was definitely in there, the DCEU. I liked how we got the Justice Society in there, Cyclone, Dr. Fate, Hawkman. I like that we got to see cinematic versions of them in this, and, there were some funny moments too in there, and this truly did feel like it was in that universe of the DCEU. We also had Amanda Waller in there, and then we had that cameo from Superman, a mid-credit scene that's not really leading to anywhere because, well, unfortunately, they dropped Henry Cavill as Superman, which is a shame, because he was good as Superman, but I'm staying hopeful that James Gunn knows what he's doing here. So, coming in at number 6, it is Wonder Woman 1984. I like the 80s vibe in this. I liked Pedro Pascal in it. I liked Kristen Wiig, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, the little mid-credit cameo from Linda Carter. Yeah, I liked this. It was a good sequel. One thing I didn't get though is how was she learning to glide through clouds in this, but never bothered to do it again in any of the other films. Plot hole there, but I'm not really picked that much up on it. It was an interesting story, especially with the wish stone thing. And this came out on HBO Max in America on Christmas Day. Sadly didn't get a theatrical release. This was due to come out on my birthday in 2020, so I thought this would have been a nice birthday present, but of course we all know COVID happened and, well, it had a huge impact on the film industry, didn't it? But we're out of that now, aren't we? So yeah, Wonder Woman 1984, thought it was good, just not as good as the first one. So coming in at number 5, it is Aquaman. Yes, Jason Momoa taking the lead in this one, and he was brilliant. Amber Heard, she did a great performance, but of course, I've kind of gone off her now. I think a lot of us have, given the shit she put Depp through with the whole divorce battle and shit. Yeah. So, but I thought she was beautiful in it, but looking at her now, I don't really like her that much. But Jason Momoa as Aquaman, Arthur Curry, just brilliant. I mean, he wasn't blonde, but I didn't care. I enjoyed watching him in this one. We had others in there like Willem Dafoe, Dolph Lundgren. We had like Black Manta in there, and I'm looking forward to the sequel that's coming out this year. I believe it will still fit in with the DCU when they use the Flash movie to reboot it, but yeah, up to now this is still a good one 5 years later. So, top 4. Number 4 is Shazam. This was the first DCEU movie where I thought, yeah, they're enjoying themselves this time. It's not dark, it's not gloomy, it's feel good, it's comical. We get, Billy Batson, a teenage kid becoming a 40-odd-year-old man and delivering some one-liners, some funny stuff there. It was an enjoyable one, and yeah, I mean, it's set around Christmas time, which I don't personally like when they do that. If they're going to release a set of film around Christmas time, it should be released around Christmas time. You know, like Die Hard. But the main thing is, you know, I enjoyed this story. It didn't really focus much on that holiday. That was more like in the background. But yeah, Shazam. So, number 3 is The Suicide Squad from James Gunn. So, after he got sacked from Disney Marvel for some daft tweets that got out, they sacked him. And instead of waiting for them to take him back, he got to work with DC and Warner Brothers and did this one, The Suicide Squad, which was a massive improvement from the previous film. They thought, they got Harley Quinn, right, let's keep Margot Robbie in there as Harley Quinn. Jai Courtney as Captain Boomerang, even though his part in it was shorter this time. But, you know, Idris Elba's Bloodsport. We finally got, you know, King Shark in there. We got Ratcatcher. This was just a fun action movie and so much better than the previous one. It wasn't as dark or as gloomy or either, and it was a fun one. And I went to see it twice in the same week because I enjoyed it that much. And with James Gunn now becoming the co-CEO of DC Studios, I'm keen to see if he's going to do a follow-up to it. So yeah, The Suicide Squad. Number 2 is Wonder Woman. I went to see this on my birthday in 2017. I thought, nice birthday present. And this, I feel, was the first DCEU movie where I actually enjoyed it and didn't get bored. You know, before this, you know, we had Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and Suicide Squad. But this one, Wonder Woman, you know, I feel we finally, you know, we're getting there. You know, the fourth time's the charm, and it really picked up. And, you know, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, she was beautiful, stunning, fast, strong. You know, with, you know, Chris Pine in there, Steve Tremor. Yeah, fun action flick. You know, led by a woman. Just shows we need more women in this industry doing these kind of superhero movies. You know, from director Patty Jenkins as well. So impressed with her work on this one, they brought her back for a sequel. It's a shame that we may not be getting a third Wonder Woman out of this, but still, I really did like this one, and it was a great birthday treat. So, my number 1 pick, it is Zack Snyder's Justice League. Yes, as I said earlier, I'm considering this one to be canon because I liked it a lot better than the theatrical cut. That one was a mess, and Joss Whedon picking it up and making a few edits and changes. I rather would have waited for this one, because obviously Zack Snyder had to drop directing duties due to a family tragedy, but like I said, I would have been happy waiting for this one. I'm so glad they got a fan petition to get this out and released. Originally meant to be 2 parts, but instead they decided to just release it on HBO Max as a full-length 4-hour film. Now, 4 hours is a very long time, so watching it is a time commitment. I actually watched it in 2 stages. I watched 2 hours worth, and then I came back and I watched another 2 hours worth because it was that long, and I can see why, you know, Snyder's original vision was to break it into 2 parts. But I enjoyed this. Bits that were removed, you know, put back in and were completely necessary. I love that we got the Martian Manhunter in this in a more big cinematic role, and that we got to see Jared Leto as the Joker way better than his performance in Suicide Squad. Even though, again, his time in it was brief, he made it count and was a lot better. And this one had a lot, you know, more violence, more swearing in. Definitely worthy of an R rating. We got to see a better looking Steppenwolf than the one we got in the theatrical cut. You know, we finally get to see Darkseid, the big bad, and I really hope they do really follow on from this, or at least do some connection or something with Darkseid, because I do want to see more from him. You know, this to me, up to now, is the best installment in the DCEU. And very soon, when the Flash comes out, it will reboot that into the DCU. So, maybe the DCEU is drawing to a close, but we'll be doing a whole requel of it with the DCU. So there you go. There is my ranking of the DCEU. How would you rank these? Do you agree with my picks? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and to share with your friends. And feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. So I've been Random Ross. This has been a ranking of the DCEU. So until next time, I bid you all a goodbye, friends. Goodbye.